What is happening? Welcome back to the Past Alive. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight as we are gathered here yet once again to relive the glory that is 1990 Tops. In a wax box, we're going to try our luck with a wax box tonight, looking for the legendary No Name on Front Frank Thomas error card, something that has eluded me for the better part of my life. And took a brief hiatus from opening boxes of these for 1 month, and that's all I could stay away. So we're back again tonight with the 90 Tops being ripped on the first of the month, every single month, until we can possibly track down this very legendary and expensive error card. If you're not familiar with the Frank Thomas NNOF front, its values lately in eBay sold listings, some of the most recently sold, we had a BGS 7 sell about over a week ago for over $6,000. There is one, I think the highest price one listed on eBay right now is over $16,000. So we got some pretty high numbers we're talking when it comes to this card. The box bottom cards, McGuire, for all you Big Mac collectors that still are lingering in the background. We got Dave Parker, Rick Russell with some sort of little questionable scum stash, and Jeff Reardon. They had different variations of those. I don't know. I think there's usually about 4 different variations most of the time. We got 36 packs, and these boxes, they're up there. I mean, they're $50 now these days. And I saw in recent sold listings too, a BBC box sold for over $200 recently. I'm like, holy crap! 90 Tops, BBC boxes are selling for $200. It's a pretty crazy day, but let us dive in and see if we can finally find this Frank Thomas all these years later. Everything that I've heard, wax is where it comes from. I've heard cello, I've heard the jumbo grocery packs. I've never heard really that it comes from sets, from rack packs. But everyone says something different. You really only know what it comes out of truly if you pulled it or you were around someone that did pull it. And unfortunately, you really can't talk about pulling this card because you will have Tops representatives showing up at your house and literally whitewashing your mind, from what I've heard from people that have pulled it. So Doug Jones, we're starting it off with some printing blemishes. Maybe that could be a good thing. We have the giraffe-like neck of Dave West. The propaganda piece is going to be the Topps debut magazine featuring Canseco. And maybe we'll even find some 87 Topps inserts along the way. Would not be the first time that that's happened. Carlton Fisk, the best card in the first pack. And also tonight, too, I forgot to mention it, we're giving away this PSA 10 Ivan Rodriguez rookie from 91 Upper Deck Final Edition. That will be happening during a brief break, probably in the middle of the video. So thank you guys all for being here. Paul L., Corey, and everybody else. Paul says, fun fact, Dave West once was a mascot of Jeffrey the Giraffe at Toys R Us. He most definitely was. There's Billy Doran, Jeff in his rookie card. And Ken Patterson, there's a Spanky LaValliere. I saw a picture of someone posted him recently. I think they tagged me in on some sort of Facebook group, and he looked rather very withering away, I should say. Nolan Ryan, 5,000 Ks, is propaganda piece again. Franklin Stubbs, I bet you he has a stub on his toe, is what I once heard a wise man say. I will not say who, you probably know. Mike Devereaux, or as we called him, Mike Deverex back when we were kids. Jody Davis, Randy Kramer. I feel like I had him autograph that card back in the early 90s. Probably right around 1990, actually, at Pirate Fest. Fred Tolliver and Mike Davis, looking rather suspicious. Brian Charles says, go the distance. Let us find the No Name on Front tonight. The reason I stopped doing this is because I feel like overall, the kind of, I don't know, people just didn't really watch it too much anymore, and it was kind of died off. So I was like, yeah, you know, take a break. And I couldn't really stay away long in a month. Rex Hudler, who is very much still alive, although he was pronounced dead on this channel by Corey. We have Sergio Valdez, the creepy side-eye. I've been waiting 2 months to see that card, and now I'm finally satisfied. John Dobson, Kevin M in the house, Carlos Martinez, Gold Cup, Rosito Gaston, a.k.a. 1 month hiatus. Hey, Dan, why do you have 2 N's in your name, Dan? Such memorable quotes. And there was more from today, too. Eric Shaw. Dave Stewart, there's a Gold Cup, second year at Sheffield, and a Billy Swift. Did I rub my trusty sack for luck? You better believe that I did. More than once. Paul L., he most definitely is a Mandela effect. No doubt about it. Dave Martinez. We have a binder page propaganda piece in here. There's Mike Scott throwing a haymaker. Rick Rona Looking for weird, strange anomalies and printing blemishes, of course, as always. Rick Aguilera, Dave Martinez. There's the binder page. Mark Gubazar. So not really seeing a whole lot of big names yet. Paul Molitor shows up. Random Cam rookie card shows up. I take that back. And Dale Murphy. So I stand corrected with that freaking pack once the mechanic came out. You need a Band-Aid on your thumb? Adam says, good luck or maybe pull it from a Goodwill box. That is too true. Ron Ventura, the second-year card of him. So you find the Griffey Gold Cup. That's a pretty sweet throwback Tops sweatshirt. Kevin Mitchell, there's Sweet Lou Whitaker. Tom Kelly with a frostbitten nose. Mike Witt, Drebeck. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but I'll never forget about him calling me drunkenly at 1 o'clock in the morning in my dream recently. Will Clark, or as Corey may call him, Will the Thrill Clark, if we're being technical. And no sign of any Larry Walker rookie, Bernie Williams, Juan Gonzalez. Dennis Cook, of course, is going to be in here. Kevin Wickeder, the Wild Gunslinger. Koufax 65 Tops. Turn back the freaking clock. And there is that propaganda piece for Tops Magazine. I didn't get all those. I think I have a couple of them. Kevin M says, I have the same dream. What is going on? Doug Drebeck is turning into like some like evil supervillain where he's somehow corrupting all of our minds and giving us the same dream. There's the Hawk, as Corey calls him. Jeff Montgomery, Joe Bover, Dan Plesac for Wally Moon if he's lingering in the background, but I feel like he may be on the abandonment list. Puckett and the ever so flattering antics of Stan Javier's unibrow that has very much connected by 1990. They connected several years prior to that, actually, but very commendable by 1990. Ralph D says, do you work in radio? I do not. Unless you consider this some sort of radio. Kind of is, I guess, in a sense. Popping a piece, once again, Vaughn Hayes, my arch enemy as a kid, and the scraggly mullet of Robin Yount. Junior Felix, we hated him as kids. Ramon Martinez, there's Ernest Riles, and Tracy Jones going to end that freaking pack. Ripping away. And to this day, I've still never seen the 91 front in person. But if you have not seen it, next to me in this giant heap of garbage, we have an even more rare parallel, or variant, I should say, of this era card. We have the Frank Thomas all name on front. That's a lot to handle as the Gem Mint 10. So if you've never seen that, gaze your eyes on that beauty. We got John the Nation in the house. Link in the background, probably at swim practice. And also Trevor Williams. Trevor Williams is Nightmare on Elm Street. Doug Drebeck. Doug Drebeck to Dream Master. That needs to be a skit. I need to contact Doug Drebeck and get him to participate in that. I love that idea. We got Jonathan H. says, you tossing these haphazardly to sort to sort later. I'm guessing that Corey probably posted the picture of my card sort in my card room. It's going along quite well, as you might have seen in the photo. There's Drew Hall, straight off the set of Futurama. We got Jonathan H. in the house with his giant bag of jokes. It is always a pleasure to have him here. He is referring to, he must be referring to a picture of, this Bob Kibber with a strange blemish on there. I'm obsessed with that. But he's referring to a picture that Corey apparently has posted on the Facebook page. That it's kind of a mess, a little bit of a mess. We have cards, and guitars in the house. Is Phil Hughes and the Goats OnlyFans channel crashed again, so I figured I'd stop by. Alton, thanks, man. It's a pleasure to have you here as always. And Alton, he's posted a video a couple days ago doing 2023 Stadium Club Rip, but he posts videos pretty frequently on his channel. If you haven't subscribed to him, he's getting kind of close to 600 subs, which is definitely a good bit. So if you have not subbed him yet, there's a link from Tango. I appreciate that. Alton, always a pleasure to have you in here. And especially for 90 Tops, which Scott Scudder, SP, shows up. So somebody just popped in here is good luck, because that doesn't come out all too often, as we are all very well aware of around here. And Corey says, I love tuning in every stream to learn what nickname, what nicknames I call these guys. And I don't know if Tego posted a link to Corey. Please post one for him too, because he's reviving his channel. We did discuss that last night, but then the video is taken down. So People that didn't hear that last night they never heard it. They don't know the backstory behind the Corey nicknames, and I don't know if we want them to know about it now. Kelly Downs and his scruffy scum stash. And there's the sweet throwback threads. We got necklace Davy Johnson coming up too, which is pretty sick. Greg Swindell, one of the OG Omens. And the wonderful world of No Neck. Davy Johnson. I actually have a friend who is nicknamed No Neck. Davy Johnson giving him a run for his money. There's the big cat as Corey insists on calling him. He will not continue a sentence until you correct yourself and call him Big Cat. You say, hey man, you have any Honor Skull Rock rookies? And he won't even answer you. You have to say Big Cat or you will not get an answer from him. I've gotten kind of used to it over the years. There's a link to Corey's channel, Boomslang Post. Thanks, Boomslang. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, sub Corey up if you've not done so yet. Don DeShields, rookie cards, a big one back in the day. Eric Davis for Damon. Ripping for Hoyles. It's hunting for Hoyles. Pat Combs is a pretty big prospect around this time. Chuck Finley. Not really seen a lot of big names. We've seen a few Hall of Famers and star players here and there. No rookies yet. No Griffey. And, of course, no Thomas. The precursor in wax is typically Kurt Schilling. And before Kurt Schilling is Tom Gordon. Sierra, Tom Candiotti. Eric Hetzel. Morgan. There's a bunch of different blurry photos in here. Paul, it's been a hot minute since we mentioned that moron Pete Maynard. Yeah, we haven't talked about Pete Maynard in a while. I feel like I saw someone with the last name Maynard recently, and it pissed me off thinking about him. There's Tony Gwynn, Weatherby, and Paul L. I apologize because you demanded a Walkden sighting yesterday, and you didn't get one, and I kind of feel bad about it. So there's Mike Walkden floating in the eternal snow globe, which is lacking snow. And there's Juan Gonzalez, rookie card. Shut up, finally. Glenn Davis. Nolan Ryan finally comes around. Kevin Ritz, Juan Gonzalez, rookie. Yeah, this is, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. This is definitely a box that's got a bunch of blemishes. You see the color outside of the text blocks. Interesting. See how it seeps in there and he's got a little bit blurry. So that's kind of sick. I like it. I don't know if I'd go as far as saying I'm obsessed with it, but it's up there. There's Mark Knudsen throwing like a sissy. And we're ripping away. Any Donnie Baseball? No Donnie Baseball yet. I feel like Donnie Baseball is like, I don't know. I feel like you usually only see like one of his card in each one of these boxes, which is pretty crazy. There's Julio Machado. Bucky Dent and Clemens. Backman. Luis Salazar. Jeff Robinson. Paul Elm. Call Mandela effect on this Jeff Robinson. I don't remember that ever existing in 1990. So, I don't think I've ever seen that card my entire life, and I've opened 50 boxes of 90 tops. Maybe more than that. There's Hojo, who is usually used to represent this product on the box top, etc. Paul has never seen that card before either. I'm pretty sure that never existed until now. Checklist card shows up. Kenny Rogers. Yeah, definitely a lot of the printing is off in this box, which is pretty interesting. I can see people putting these on eBay for hundreds of dollars. George Brett throwing a temper tantrum in the outfield. Love to see that here. Bo Jackson, Tom Lawless, and Ken Howe. And there is Mike Scott. I always forget his name. From Raiders of the Lost Ark. What is his freaking name? It starts with a T. I always forget it, but it looks exactly like him. That is him. I swear that is freaking him. Is it Tote? I always forget his name because I don't know if they even say it in the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark, but Rob G, what's up? McGuire Zane Smith shows up looking hideous as ever. Will we expect anything else from Zane Smith? I don't think so. Sid Fernandez, Belcher, Greg Myers. Tote. Yeah, I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. I honestly don't even know if they say his name in the movie. T-O-H-T. The guy whose face melts. Yeah, that's a way to say it, too. Jason Harwell, what's happening, man? Yeah, if you, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, you can send me an email if you want to, or a message on Facebook. Even Stan Belinda rookie card was a hot one back then. Chuck Carrier's Deion Sanders, not a rookie. As one true Topps rookie who was in '89 traded. after they did away with extended rookies. There is the glossy propaganda piece. We got Cars and Guitars saying this is a buy John Jabs a beer super chat. Thanks, man. Very, very cool of you, Alton. Jeff King, I had him sign that back in 1990, Trammell. It's been, I don't know, it's been probably a few weeks since I had a beer, so maybe it is time to go have one. I've been trying to be productive, and from the looks of it, from what you guys have probably seen, it's not going all that well. I mean, it comes in segments. Sanchez, Jason Grimsley with a freakishly crazy arm, and we're also looking for the different pieces of these to complete the trifecta to summon the 3-headed Mickey West, if that makes any sense. Mark Williamson is one of those pieces. Eric Anthony, Rob Deere, and that scraggly mullet. Yeah, if you just popped in here recently, you haven't subscribed to Cards and Guitars, please check him out. Try to get him to 600 subscribers here. And I definitely appreciate that. We have Rich Gedman. That photo Corey posted earlier was quite the nightmare. So Corey did post. That's what I figured someone was talking about. Collins is a longtime fan, first time alive. Man, welcome. I'm glad that you made it. There's Glavin, Mike Stanley, that creepy side-eye. Incaviglia, 5,000 Ks, and Nolan Ryan once again. Kurt Wilson having the time of his freaking life. And still no sign. There's Scott Geraltz, who we all know him for his legendary laser eyes, as seen on this 86 Donruss card. I'll move this over here because Corey said that yeah, you know what? We have Assy McGee here, but he's a little too tall for him to be underneath Ed Lynch's nose in the background. 2 Rob Deere's, 1 pack. That's something that I don't think I've ever hoped to see in my entire freaking life. And of course, since I'm sure, I don't know if I missed it in the chat or not, but if it hasn't been demanded yet. Did he just say F you? That's what it sounded like. Pee-wee, come on, man. All right, Demonic Pee-wee. Once Demonic Pee-wee comes out, it's time to put him away for the night. He smoked a lot of cigarettes over the last 24 hours, so. But I'm pretty sure he said F you. Stan Melinda, Chuck Carriers, Deion Sanders once again. Mitchell. Kevin Bass. This one is pretty sick. This is like the prison tatted Kevin Bass with a teardrop. That's a pretty sick parallel. It's been a long time since I think I've seen that, and I don't think I've ever pulled it. So, you got the former prisoner, Kevin Bass, jailbird, Jim Eisenreich, in that bulbous jugular vein. I can literally see it and feel it pulsating in that photo. There's the Rhino, as Corey calls him. Steve Lake, the high kick, and Mike Smith, and that ends that pack. Boom Slang, sub to you, Cards and Guitars. Thanks, Boom Slang. So, we got less than half the box, and we still no sign of Frank Thomas, any version of Frank Thomas, or the Civil War era Mitch Williams, which is upsetting me. Steve Carter, I feel like for some reason back in 1990 I was pumped on that card. I don't know why, but I'm not surprised. Gus Polidor. Paul O'Neill from Mikey G, there he is. And Mikey G, next time I send you a package, you're going to remind me, man. I got that error card, the blank front. Paul O'Neill for your PC. There's Kevin Gross, LaRusso looking extra pissed, and Juan Samuel ends that pack. And we got Mikey G says, no one front is back. TPI having a time of their lives. That is what we do around here. I would have it no other way. And Brian Smith says, good evening, John and friends. Brian, what's going on, man? Good to see you in here as well. Still no sign of there's Mark Williamson once again. So that does not count towards a trifecta, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. There's Will Clark, Propaganda Peace, Randy Bush, Jeff Blauser, looking extra sassy in that photo. There's Mel Hall without a poop stain, which is unfortunate, unlike his 91 Topps card that I once saw. I'm pretty sure it had a poop stain on the back and like a granola bar stuck to the front of it with like a pube in it. It was absolutely filthy. I don't know if I've ever told that story before. It might have been a different card, but I feel like it was Mel Hall. Like this card was so distorted. It had fecal matter on the back and then just, yeah, some sort of schmutz that was like stuck to it with hairs in it. It was like a hairy mole, which I don't know if there's like many other things in life that are worse than a hairy mole. Like, it's just kind of gross. You got to at least trim that thing. Nolan Ryan, 5,000 Ks again. Lance Ritter's Larry Walker rookie card showing up. Of course, we have a date for the Goonies watch party now. Just have to wait 5 more months. Yeah, we were talking about that before, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch the Goonies later tonight or tomorrow. It's time. It's been too long. And Corey's like, well, you gotta wait till I come up there for the National, so we have a Goonies watch party. I'm like, all right, I'll put it off for another 5 months. Another 5 months, you know. It's not gonna hurt me too much, I guess. So you guys gotta wait a little longer. Second year Johnson. Brian Fisher was pumped on that as a kid. Cedar Gaston and Dawn August. There's a link to Corey's channel. Trying to help him get to 2,000 subs. If you're not subbed in, Tango, thank you for that. Ellie is going to go 30 for 30 this year. I think that a lot of people would agree with you on that. What's the population of the only one front card? No one really knows. I mean, you can go by PSA pops. I don't know, maybe 400 or 500. I forget how many on the registry. I remember looking a couple of years ago, and it was like, I don't know, 200, around 200. It's probably more than that now, but that's only on PSA. So, I mean, then you have raw ones on eBay and stuff like that. So, like, it's no one really knows for sure, but probably somewhere in the hundreds. I don't know. Ripken. Makes you wonder, though. I wonder if there's like more No Name on Fronts out there than there are the Alex Gordon error that was never supposed to exist. Craig Biggio. And there's Melito Perez that was summoned by our good buddy Andon, who that is one of his main PC guy. I've been trying to track down Melito Perez to do a cameo for Jonathan H. for his birthday, but I haven't had any luck yet, but we're working on it. I've got top men working on it right now. Danny Ace is finally live stream from my favorite YouTuber. Always enjoyed all the good times watching you, John. Hope you have many more years of some great times. Thanks, Danny. I appreciate that, man. Very, very cool of you to say so. And I'm glad that you were able to be here tonight. Boggs, Carter, Ganders, Otis Nixon. Glavin, Creepy Mike Stanley. Pete Incaviglia, as we called him as kids. I'm sure some YouTubers probably still call him that. Mike Moore and Tony Armois. The Perez were a band of 8 brothers, and they were all pitchers. There were definitely quite a few. Pascal Perez, Melito Perez, Yorkis Perez was one, Carlos Perez. Quite a few I can think of. I don't know if they're all related or not, but that's like me exhausting my Perez names for the time being. Johnny Bench, 1970 throwback, Dave Rigetti. Greg Harris, looking like a dorky, middle-aged woman, or I should say female librarian. I feel like my middle school librarian looked exactly like Greg Harris, and it was a chick. So that's kind of weird. Vince Coleman, record breaker. Lee Mazzilli. This photo looks like it was taken in like 1896. I don't know what it is about it, but pretty sure that was not taken anywhere around 1990 or even in the late 80s. Paul Molitor, Randy McCammon shows up again, so twice the luck with 2 McCammon rookies. Dale Murphy, Albert Bell, and Benny Santiago. Benny is short and cute for Benito. Paul L. now singing Former. Even with the stash, yeah, I mean, that's kind of when I look back, that's what I think of my middle school librarian looking like. So I'm pretty sure my librarian was Greg Harris, and it was a chick. Marty Clary, Tyler Houston rookie card. I don't know if anyone was ever pumped on that card ever. I don't remember any hype to that whatsoever. Fred Manrique, and there's a Lenny Dykstra. Jay Bell, and we are all in luck because we all know what is coming next. The Roger Craig. This card is currently priced at $120, and that was at a flea market. So I'm not saying comps, but somebody out there had that for $120 in a binder, along with I think a Ken Griffey Sr. 90 Fleer. I'm pretty sure that was $100 too. So I didn't have that kind of money that day, so I left them behind. But I'm hoping that someone bought those because it'd be nuts to pass them up. Back-to-back Manrique. You can't beat that. You really can't. So no sign of any Jay Tibbs. Vance Law. Oh, Vance. You had to come out. I thought that was Fred Manrique again. It looks a lot like him, though. And Todd Benziger. But Vance Law, shout out to Joe B. And we have, what, 7 packs left. That's it. 7 packs remaining until March 1st, right? Yeah. Brian Dubois, Jeff Robinson, and we're still not. We got a Larry Walker rookie, Vance Law, 2 packs in a row. Bryn Smith, the same exact name. Spike Owen is loving that. Pena and Rick Roden. Alpadrique rookie cards iconic. Yeah, I actually found a couple Alpadriques recently, just randomly in a box, Paul. And I was like, yep, Paul would love this. 88 Tops and 88 Donruss. And Vicente Palacios, not far, or not, not far away either. Very close by. Mark Lemke. A post-balling session. There's Pascal Perez. And John Wathen. Got Kevin McReynolds and that glorious scum stash. There's Kurt Manwaring for the real Larry Johnson if he's around. And maybe Corey could take over for him since he's probably watching on his TV. Dual Alexander, also a very feminine-looking throw there. There's a crime dog, as Corey calls him, Otis Nixon. And Steve Finley is going to end that freaking pack. Got 6 left. The name of the was not in the attic. No, I don't think it was. I didn't go through everything, but WBJJ says I probably have 20 of that Roger Craig. I'll sell all 20 for $100 if anyone wants some. Do not pass on a deal when you hear something like that. It's like people I see at the flea market that have cards like that. I'm just gonna start taking them on my comments. Like, oh man, like that's what that card's worth. I have that card at my house. I'll bring it here next weekend and like bring them a whole binder full of like commons like that. Be like, I'll sell you all these for $100. Oh, it's great. I start doing that. Joe Carter, Terry Poole. I quit my job and I'm going to sell flea market vendors binders full of junk wax commons that they can get rich off of. We have 5 packs remaining, and it's still no sign of any freaking Frank Thomas, which is what I would call haggard. Eric Davis once again. Card Cars and Guitar says, if you don't pull no name, just give all these cards to a kid that loves cards. That's very cool, you man. Yeah, so Alton had hit me up before the stream. He's like, hey, he's like, I'd like to do a rip tonight. He's like, you opening any boxes? I'm like, I'm doing the no name on front search tonight. He's like, I got $50 on a box. I'm like, you want to buy this box? Have at it. That's what I paid for it on eBay. It was $50. There's Dibble, and I'm forfeiting the no name on front if I pull it, but at least I'm pulling it. So, which is the ultimate goal. I obviously want that card for my PC, but I was like, you know what? We can do that. And so these were all his cards, and he's like, give them to a kid, as you just heard him say. So a very, very cool guy, Alton. I don't know if I know any kids around here that would want them, but I don't know. We'll figure something out with them. We can donate them somehow. Corey says, shout out to Big Mike and the best video on YouTube. If you're not familiar with Big Mike, it is pinned in the chat, or not in the chat, in the Facebook group, Sport Card Collector 959. We salute you. And the 10 packs from the 1980s and 1990s video, which is one of my favorite videos ever made. I love it. If you're not familiar with it, you got to check it out on the Facebook page. It's pinned. It is absolutely remarkable. There's Paul O'Neill again. There are so many memorable quotes from that video, and it is freaking amazing. All right, 3 packs left. Tangus just drive around in a van handing out cards. What could go wrong? I remember driving around in a van in Florida with a bloody handprint all over across the front of my shirt. And people were pretty upset about that. Paul also says, never heard of you, never heard of you. Yeah, that's definitely, that is the video right there. Bruce, never heard of you, Benedict. That is a quote from the video. There's so many good quotes. It's absolutely remarkable. I love it. There's a link to Corey's channel. Once again, Boom Slang, thank you for doing that. Don't give them to kids who encourage hoarding. There's that $120 Roger Craig once again that WVJJ is going to sell you 20 of for $100. There is Mark Eichhorn, a.k.a. Lois Einhorn. O'Brien and J. Tibbs. We got 2 packs left. Hey, kid, you want 1990 Ted Powers? Yeah, I give him the 1990 Fleer Ted Powers. And you know what? I got so distracted by talking about absolute nonsense and looking at Ed Lynch's triple chin in the background that I forgot about the freaking giveaway. So we'll open 2 packs, and then we're giving away a Pudge Rodriguez rookie that also went missing because there's a bunch of junk next to me. So we'll give that away randomly, and if that goes well, I'm going to start doing that every month where we give away probably like a graded 10, PSA 10, whatever it may be, or like a nice rookie or something like that. There's Donnie Baseball, comes out in the box. Roy Smith in that X-Files like background. Start doing it every month, and all you got to do to win is comment on videos. There's Raphael Belliard and Darren Dalton. So you comment on any videos that I post, just leave a comment saying like, hey, cool video, or like something generic like that. Don't just write hey, because that's kind of tacky and lame. But if you write something about the video and it's like relevant at all, that enters you for a chance to win one of these cards, graded cards. And you can't comment, over and over again because I'm going to filter duplicate users, but it'll only be one comment per video. But if you do that, then you have a chance to win whatever it may be. Last pack magic. So this month it is Pudge Rodriguez. Next month I'll give away something else on the 1st. Jerry Royce. Cal Ripken finally shows up at Whitey Herzog. And we didn't find a Frank Thomas, Steve Buechele. So Larry Walker rookie came out. Some Nolan Ryans, Donnie Baseball, Molitor, Tony Gwynn, Ripken. Nothing too crazy in there. No Bernie Williams. We did find Juan Gonzalez rookie in there as well. But Gonzalez, Larry Walker. That was it. All we found. So let's give away. Oh, man, I just knocked it over. Yep, we just had a mishap in here. I knocked over figures. They fell on cards. Domino effect happened. So giant mess. It shouldn't surprise anybody, but I'll clean it up a couple months from now. All right, so let's get it down here. And let me fix this camera, which is going to be a pain. You'll focus on the background here. The Mini Pants of Bass walked in. And, all right, so this is going to work. All right, here we go. Zoom right in on this. The video I picked, I actually picked the one I announced it in, I think, recently. But this was it. And don't mind Rainessa ASMR. She's like the love of my life. So she's over there on the right. But this is the card given away, obviously, the PSA 10 Pudge Rodriguez. If you comment on this video, I think there's like 64 comments. You had a chance to win. So I put that in here already. You can only comment once or count as one. Yeah, Assy McGee fell over. At least the Kevin Pajama Pants Pass. Oh, yes, the Kevin Pajama Pants Pass. So that's it. That's all you have to do. And I'm going to pick 2 winners so I can give this card away because a lot of times people don't freaking actually claim it. Any more Wachtons for sale? I have a giant box full of Mike Wachtons sitting next to me. It's so nice to be able to do that again. But I have this entire box full of nothing but Mike Wachton cards, if you're wondering. And this is courtesy of Nick West. So Nick West did this. So please thank him. If you asked me for a Wachton, you got one because of Nick West. There's like a couple hundred in there. So, got plenty to go around. All right, good luck to everybody. Pudge Rodriguez rookie, which has disappeared under a giant mountain of wrappers. But we're giving it away anyways. There it is. Good luck to everyone. I'll put that right there, and I'll probably get in the way of the shot. What is this crap? You have to log into Facebook now? I did not know this was going to happen. This is awful. Why do they make you do this to pick something? Should we still do it anyways? I don't even know what site to use. I literally went on like 5 different sites. They all make you freaking log into something? That is freaking haggard. The humanity. I want to freaking log into Facebook. I don't even know what my password is. Let's see here. All right, hang tight for a second, guys. I'll try to figure this out. There's freaking shenanigans that are pulled at the last second. All right, I don't remember my password, so we're probably in trouble here. Let's see if that works. The government's tracking now. Yeah, so I can't even do this because, I don't know. We'll do it another time. This is pretty lame. It's like telling me I have to, like, have, like, a code sent to me and all this other crap. But, yeah, comments on January videos. I might pick another one and we'll do it the next live stream. Or, you know what? There's going to be a live stream tomorrow night going through a tote full of hockey and football from the early 2000s, primarily early mid-2000s. We'll do it tomorrow night. Let me find another site because I literally looked at 5 and, like, they all make me, like, sign up or, like, pay for them, which is garbage to pick a freaking comment. But we'll do that tomorrow night during the live stream, so stick around for that. And I appreciate you guys all for being here. Thank you very, very much for watching.